The observation deck of the Galactic Council's monitoring station hummed with nervous energy. Ambassador Thrix's three eyes fixated on the holographic display, watching a scene that defied everything the Council understood about apex predators and prey species. On the forest planet of Verdana 7, a human child no more than 6 solar cycles old stumbled through dense undergrowth, her small hands reaching for a low-hanging branch. Beside her, a creature that should have triggered every survival instinct in her fragile mammalian brain padded closer. The predator cub, a young raku from the feline species of Kashari, positioned itself beneath the child, allowing her to use its muscular back as a stepping stone. "This is unprecedented," Thrix whispered, his translator struggling to convey the tremor in his voice. The human teacher, Ceylon, stood nearby with arms crossed, observing with the calm demeanor that humans inexplicably maintained in the presence of danger. Her dark eyes tracked every movement, but she made no move to intervene. "They're cooperating," said Council Member Vesh, her scaled hands trembling as she adjusted the display's magnification. "A predator cub and human offspring. This violates the predator separation protocols established 4,000 cycles ago." Thrix had read the reports. When humanity first made contact with the Galactic Council, their integration had been carefully managed. Humans were classified as a paradox species, technically omnivorous but displaying both predator and prey characteristics. Their forward-facing eyes, persistence hunting capabilities, and aggressive territorial instincts marked them as predators. Yet their soft bodies, lack of natural weapons, and social bonding patterns resembled prey species. The Council had decided on strict separation. Human children especially were to be kept away from the galaxy's known predator species. It was for everyone's safety, but Selen hadn't received that memo. Or more likely, she had read it and chosen to ignore it. On the screen, the human child successfully grabbed the branch, her legs dangling as she pulled herself up with surprising determination. Raku chirped, a sound his species made during play, and leaped onto an adjacent branch, demonstrating the next hold with his retractable claws. "Send a containment team," Vesh ordered. "Before someone gets killed." "Wait." Thrix raised a manipulator appendage. "Look at the predator's body language." Raku's ears were forward, his tail swishing in a relaxed rhythm. Every xenobiology manual in the Council's database confirmed these were non-aggressive postures. More than that, they were playful. The child laughed, a high-pitched sound of pure joy, and Raku responded with another chirp. They continued climbing together, the cub occasionally pausing to ensure his smaller companion could follow. "This makes no sense," Vesh insisted. "Kashari cubs are born hunters. Their instincts should override any learned behavior. That child's movements, her sounds, everything about her should trigger a predatory response." Selen finally spoke, her voice carrying across the comm channel the Council had tapped into. "Good job, Maya. Remember, 3 points of contact always. Raku, show her the safe route around that weak branch." The cub immediately altered course, guiding the child away from a branch that would indeed have snapped under her weight. Thrix felt his primary heart skip a beat. "The predator is protecting her." "Impossible," Vesh said, but her conviction was fading. The footage continued. Maya reached a platform where 2 other human children waited, one human boy and another Kashari cub. This one slightly older than Raku. They were constructing something together, passing materials back and forth with practiced ease. "How long has this been happening?" Thrix demanded. An aide scrambled to pull up files. "According to our records, Selen established her interspecies youth integration program 8 months ago. She submitted all the proper paperwork, but it was misclassified due to a clerical error. No one reviewed it. 8 months?" Vesh's voice rose to a screech. "And there have been no incidents?" "None reported, Ambassador. In fact, childhood development metrics for both species have improved significantly. The human children show enhanced spatial reasoning and confidence. The Kashari cubs display better emotional regulation and social bonding." Thrix watched as Ceylon climbed up to join the children, moving with the efficient grace of Earth's persistence hunters. She sat cross-legged on the platform, and immediately both human and Kashari young crowded around her, seeking attention and approval. "She's teaching them to see each other as pack," Thrix realized, not as predator and prey, but as family. "This is dangerous," Vesh protested, though her earlier conviction had evaporated. What happens when these cubs mature? When their hunting instincts fully develop? On screen, Raku groomed Maya's hair with surprising gentleness, his rough tongue smoothing down the tangles while the child giggled and squirmed. Humans have been doing this for thousands of their years, the aide reported, pulling up Earth's historical databases. They domesticated wolves, apex predators, into creatures called dogs. They kept felids as companions. They even befriended prey animals, raising them alongside their traditional predators. They called it socialization. But we've never seen this work on a galactic scale, Vesh argued. Never with fully sentient species. Thrix continued watching. Celan was now telling a story, her hands animated as she wove a tale that had both species equally enthralled. When she finished, she produced small treats, protein cubes for the Kashari cubs, fruit slices for the human children. Everyone received the same care, the same attention. Maybe, Thrix said slowly, that's because we've never tried. We've spent millennia keeping species separated, assuming that predator and prey could never coexist. But humans, they don't see those categories. They see individuals, dangerous individuals who might eat each other. Or, Thrix countered, individuals who might learn to climb trees together. Raku helped Maya descend from the platform, staying close but letting her navigate independently. When she jumped the last meter to the ground, both species of cubs tumbled together in celebration, their laughter and chirps blending into something new, something the galaxy had never heard before. Thrix made his decision. File a report recommending Celan's program for official council approval. And arrange a meeting. I want to understand how humans managed to rewrite instincts that evolution spent millions of years perfecting. Vesh stared at him. You're serious? Completely. Thrix gestured to the screen where Celan was organizing the next activity, something involving rope bridges and trust exercises. The humans have been part of the council for barely a decade, yet they're already teaching us that everything we thought we knew about predator-prey dynamics might be wrong. If they can turn natural enemies into climbing partners, he didn't finish the sentence. He didn't need to. The implications were universe-altering. On Verdana 7, Celan smiled as Raku and Maya raced toward the next challenge. Neither predator nor prey, but simply children learning that the galaxy was bigger than their instincts. And in the council chambers, ancient species began to wonder, if humans could teach cubs to guide children, what else might they teach the galaxy?